Okay, the next dish we're going to cook is very, very simple. Sometimes, when you're busy, come home late at night, you want to throw something on the table. This dish is perfect because basically you don't even have to cook it. You just have to prep all the ingredients, chuck in the oven, and 20 minutes later, you have a meal. The dish we're gonna cook is a snapper, basically wrapped in a parcel with lots of Asian ingredients like black beans and ginger and spring onions. So all you have to do is just wrap the fish in baking sheets paper and then just put in the oven. So here we have snapper fillet. So any white fish will do. You don't have to use snapper. You can use perch or barramundi or any white fish fillet. It will be perfectly fine. So make sure when you bought the fillet is skin off. You can ask your fishmonger to do it for you, or if you have for a challenge, you can always buy a whole fish and then just do it yourself. What we're going to do is we're going to make the paste to go with the fish. So here we have black beans. Instead of buying the black bean paste, I think you will find this is much, much more stronger and the flavor is just so intense. I think you will find it, much better flavor when you cook it. So we have black beans. We mix with some Shaoxing wine. And here we have some mirin. Mirin is basically rice wine, Japanese rice wine. Ginger. I love ginger. You can't do Asian cooking without ginger. I think ginger will go very well with the snapper fish. I think, especially if you don't like fishy taste of seafood, the ginger is nice as a cover-up. Chili, I love chili. Just add a bit chili. So this will be the little dressing to go with the fish. Always start with a fresh chopping board. Just flip it over, nice clean surface. Now we can start chopping the mushroom. So what the mushroom is, we're going to place the mushroom at the bottom of the parcels between the fish and the paste, so the fish doesn't stick to the tray and overcooked it. So it's almost like an insulate for the fish, I guess. So just thinly slice all this shiitake mushroom. So now it's time to wrap up the fish. So put a handful of the mushroom on the baking paper and then just place a fish on top. If it's too big, you can always just slice it in half. And then just spoon all the dressing over the top of the fish. Make sure it's nicely coated. Now, fold the parcel over. Start from one end. It's almost like making a pasties, I guess. You just keep folding and make a cream. Make a plate along the edge of the baking paper and seal the fish inside. This is very important. You make sure there's no gap or holes on the baking paper, so you don't, because we need the steam inside the baking paper to really cook the fish. So just take your time and seal it nice and tight. So that's one done. That's what we have, one parcel. So here I have a baking tray. Just place the fish on the tray. And in it goes in the oven, about 170 degrees, and for about 20 to 25 minutes. It has been 20 minutes. Let's take the fish out. Here we go. There you go. I mean, you can serve by taking the papers out. You don't have to. I think it's kind of rustic to, serve the fish with the papers on the plate. I think it's more fun. Even you can just serve the whole thing like this to your guests and then let them open it. And as soon as I open the parcel, I can just smell the black beans and the chilies and the garlic. It's just amazing. So the finished touches, I just made some fried garlics with some soy sauce. Just drizzle it all over. and then garnish with a bit of green or spring onions. And that's it. And there you have it. It's snap and wrap in parcels, a very simple meal.